All right, welcome into Prize Picks, or we now call it Prop 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Also, make sure that you sign up for Prize Picks using the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get that initial deposit matched up to $100. They will match it just one time, so you can put down anywhere between 10 and 100, but you're going to get that one match. There are no rollovers. You can use it right away. And here's the good news. We are now legal again in the state of Florida. Now, it's a slightly different game. It's called Arena, and you're setting a lineup. So you can only go up to 4 players, not 6. You can go up to 4 players, but set your lineup, and then you get put into a pool. It's peer-to-peer. If you hit them all, you're definitely going to win. If you don't hit them all, you still got a chance. But there are no flex plays. You can still play flex plays around the country. So, again, that's the deal. We're going to do more videos explaining this, but the good news is if you've signed up for Prize Picks, but you haven't deposited the money because you couldn't in the state of Florida, well, now you can. And if you've signed up with the code 5 already, you're all good to go. But otherwise, make sure that you enter it. All right, I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick on 5 Reasons Sports. I got David Eversole. Follow him at David W. Eversole. I got Major Passons. You can follow him at Major_Passons. And what we've got is, well, we got 2 games left tonight on the board. 2 NBA games left on the board. The Bucks Pacers is going on as we speak. We've got Clippers Mavs. We've got Suns Wolves, and let's start with Clippers Mavs. Major, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at 2 plays here. First, I'm going to start with a Westbrook play, over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Hit it for the last 5, averaging 12.6 over the last 5. And one thing I've been looking at is how they have been doing in the series, and you can see he's hit it both times in the series. So that's the first play I like. The second play is Zubac over. It just dropped to 10 rebounds, actually. Okay. And he's hit, for the last 5 again. In this series, has 15 rebounds and 12 rebounds. He's been a monster on the glass, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I really like those 2 plays in this game.
All right. I will tell you, I love Westbrook over 7.5 points, so I'm with you. I think he's going to be productive in general today, so I would play that. I'm also going with Paul George over 20.5 points. Been slightly over that for the past couple of games. I think that he goes over again, starting to find his groove a little bit again. You see he's been over the 20.5 in 4 of the last 5, hit 22 in the last 2. So I'll go with where the trend's going on that one, and I'll play Paul George. And I guess those would be the 2 for this game. I'd stay on the Clippers side today instead of the Mavs side. David, you got anything you like on the Mavs side?
Yeah, segueing to Paul George, I like him over 3.5 free throws, being a little bit more aggressive, looking to score the ball. Obviously, James Harden has been pretty good in this series also, and I feel like Dallas is kind of a little unsure on defense about who is going to start cooking them at any given moment. So I love Paul George in this game over 3.5 free throws.
Would you play anything on the Dallas side?
I mean, it's pretty much Luka or bust on the Dallas side. I don't feel like they really have a second option that's so reliable. But that being said, I mean, look at this fantasy score, 61.5.
Easy.
I mean, I hate playing Luka unders, but if I was going to play anything, I would probably play this under. He could still have a monster game and end up around 57 fantasy points. So yeah. I just feel like that number is a little bit inflated against a decent Clippers defense. But also like this combo with Zubac and Doncic on the rebounds at 19.5. I think they could get over that. I think Zubac, like Mason said, or Major said, could get 10, 12 rebounds, and I could see Luka filling in the rest to get over that 19.5 mark.
All right, let's go to Suns Wolves. I'll start here. I like one play on both sides. Kevin Durant has been under this number consistently. He's not really doing the other things right now. I'm going to play him under the 10.5 rebounds and assists. You can see been under 4 straight on that one. So I'm going to stay again with the trends. One of the things that happens here in these series is trends tend to hold on individual players. So whereas in the regular season, you got a different opponent every night. You just, you don't know how a guy's feeling. You got back-to-backs and all this. The games are spaced out about the same amount. You're playing the same team. If there's a trend, I'm not going to fight. It's like they say, don't fight the Fed. I'm not going to fight the trend here. So I'm going to stay with it. On the Minnesota side, I like Jaden McDaniels over 10.5 points. He's been getting more and more of a role here. Obviously, defensive guy for them, but I just like the way he's looked lately. And I think, again, he's I was thinking of playing Towns over, but I just still don't trust it. So I kind of feel like McDaniels is picking up some of Towns' scoring. David, let's go to you. Suns Wolves, what do you see?
Well, speaking of Towns, I took him actually over the 2.5 assists. I feel like that's a friendly number for him. He's hit it. Don't ignore the last 5. He's hit that over 6 out of 10. If there was 3, I'd probably stay away from it. But 2.5, I feel like you're getting good value on a decent distributing big man who's got a couple options to feed there. I think he can go over this 2.5 assists. And McDaniels, I like him over that 1.5 blocks and steals.
Yeah, he's been very active of late. Major, what are you seeing on Suns Wolves?
So I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert. I think this is really low. Like you mentioned, I'm going to go with trends, especially in the series. 13.5 points. He's crushed it for the last 5 if you look at the average. And he's just getting easy dunk after easy dunk. So I'm going to look at that trend. If this was the regular season, I would not touch this play, not even remotely. But then it's funny you said the Towns over, because the second one I was looking at was the Towns under. I just don't trust him.
If he gets in foul trouble, it's going to be a big deal because he's been picking up stupid fouls in this series.
Right.
But I think Minnesota is a good defensive team, and they're going to get some easy baskets against Phoenix. But I think Phoenix is going to step it up and win this game to try to tilt the series a little bit, because if they lose tonight, I think the series is over in 4.
Yeah, most likely. And then we'll start talking about how they spent all that money on Bradley Beal with that no trade clause, and we're going to see what that's going to look like in the offseason. All right, use the code 5 FIVE. We'll be back tomorrow for sure, because the Heat play 6 o'clock game,
and the Panthers.
And well, we can do a Panther one too, man. Like, I feel like, is there a way to play a Verhaeghe an overtime prop? Because I would play that one every single time.
Exactly. No, just play the hits. Those guys have been hitting in that series. I love it.
Yeah, so we'll see where that one goes. All right, thanks again to Major. Thanks to David. And again, use that code 5 FIVE. Get that initial deposit matched up to $100. Have a good one, everybody.